Hey, everyone. It is the Let's Get Loud podcast with Jay and A. Hello, A.
Hello, Jay.
Donna.
Oh,
Okay, so last week we just like ended with holy shit, we need to talk about it right away. So it was good, but before that, let's talk about my appointment I have,
your face.
my face.
Okay, tell us about your face.
Okay, so 2 weeks ago I went for Botox. It's like super tight right now.
Oh, love that for you.
Love it so much. You know what? And now that I'm like, I love that the conversation around Botox is like such a comfortable topic for me now. I'm like I don't even care what you have to say. Look at my forehead. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's good.
It's honestly one of those things that first of all, I think people have a different perception of what it actually is and how
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
serious it is,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
And then on the other end, it's like, do I realize I'm injecting toxins into my forehead? Yes,
Yes, I
I
do.
I do, but it's also okay to leave space. Like, why can't we just respect and let everyone do their thing? Like,
Like with your health as well. I'm like, go, what's he?
I'm not saying like you have to do this, everyone should do this. I'm not
Oh,
pressuring you.
yeah.
I'm like, this is friggin' amazing.
Yeah.
If
This
you
is
want to
what
do
this
it,
can do
great.
for you. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So tight. So now I like saw this girl and she was on her it's this girl that I like met when I went to Phoenix. She was like the guest instructor. Now we're best friends. So
Oh,
she was like talking in her stories and her skin is beautiful and it's tellement tight, 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 tight. And she's like,
okay.
it's like dark. And I'm like, girl, your Botox is Botoxing right now. And it is so nice. Like it's at its prime, I said. And she's like, I'm 6 months in. I'm like, what? She goes, girl, like I'm actually due. Like I'm 6 months in. I'm like, you are not due. That is perfection. Like the fact, and I love that I could comment on, I knew that she did Botox just by looking. I'm like, look at her forehead. Like she's probably my age, like maybe, yeah, my age. And I'm like, the fact that it's like so, and then I thought, you know what? If she answers and is like, I don't do Botox, I'd be like,
Good
that
for
is,
you.
yeah, good for you. Like, well, your forehead is magic.
Yes.
But yeah, anyway, so okay, today I'm doing BBL. Do you know what that stands for? Not bikini butt lift.
Brazilian butt lift.
Brazilian bikini butt lift is what I called it. Brazilian BBL. So BBL treatment. It is.
Laser. It's maybe
Yeah, it's like
laser.
a
I think you're gonna have to say skin
the
treatment. I think it's gonna just
no,
be
it's like I just I'm broadband light therapy, but I wanted to know what BBL. Oh, broadband light. That's
okay.
what BBL meant. So yeah, so it is a laser, and it does multiple things. I did it 3 years ago, four
I
years ago.
remember. It
Yeah,
was amazing.
it was really amazing because I had like so much sun damage. Now
Yeah.
I have acne damage, like acne scarring. So we'll see. And it also is supposed to like help with just acne in general. So I'm like obviously anything when my skin's good, I'm like, don't touch it, please. Also, I just went through my favorites pictures. It's when you like save pictures that you're gonna use often. And my acne pictures are there.
Oh, you shared
Oh,
them the other day on Instagram, and I was
yeah.
like, holy
Yeah,
shit.
that was scary shit. Like you
That
wake
was
up and you're like, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. You know what I mean?
traumatic.
So, so hard.
You really dealt with it well.
Yeah. And so like that's why so I have new like a new routine that they gave me SkinCeutical and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, the last 2 weeks has been really good, but like I'm not one to be like, just give me
I'm
5 years.
cured.
5 years. Like and I'm like that for like everything. Like even people like, oh, I lost 5 pounds in the last 2 weeks. Cool. Like we'll talk next year.
I'm the same. I don't want to say cynical, but kind of cynical.
Mm.
Okay, I have questions. Does it hurt?
Um, I can't say no to that.
Okay.
I can't say no, but I can't say yes. Hurt is a big word.
Okay.
It can be uncomfortable, like round two, round three, where like the first round, Pila back. So it's very sensitive. Like you have like your face, you can't go in the sun after, like your face is very red. And I have the inconvenient woman tonight, and I didn't even care. I'm like, I'm not canceling my appointment because of this. Like my face will be what it'll be. First of all, I don't even take footage of like me on stage. Like it doesn't matter. And also, it's me. I had BBL today, everyone.
Okay.
Yeah. So
What
I'm
does your
like,
face
can I go
look
for it?
like after? Is it just like really red?
I want to say red, like almost like a sunburn.
Okay.
Yeah. So I told them, I was like, what's the level of it? And they're like, I don't remember. And I was like, will I look like half decent if I put any type of makeup on it? And they're like, yeah, like you'll just be a little bit redder. And I was like, oh,
Okay.
cool, cool. I'm so pale right now. Holy shit. Might as well. Know what I mean? Also, like I want this, so I wasn't, and also it's so hard for me to get appointments because I move my body every day at a certain time. So it's like hard for me to fit in the schedule with work and spin and
And what's the deal with movement? Like, can you not sweat for a little while or?
I think that's totally fine. It cannot be, so I couldn't do it at the same time as Botox. I needed to wait 2 weeks.
Okay.
They didn't want to like mess up what was happening there,
Okay, perfect.
apparently. Yeah. So here we go. We'll see. I don't remember that part being traumatic last time. Like I don't remember being like, I'm stuck at home. I cannot leave my home because of my
Yeah.
face. Like, it's almost like your thing with your nose. Like it is what it is. Like I
Yeah.
went through that, like there's a scratch on my nose. Like,
Yeah.
so I think it's more like a 24-hour thing.
Okay.
Again, didn't want to make it a thing and didn't want to, I think it just goes with the branding of like I'm doing
It
my
being can
thing.
be a woman.
It doesn't matter. Like,
No, it doesn't.
but I look like me on stage doesn't matter what I look. Like it's about what I'm saying and kind of what the difference I'm making. Like I'll look
ab-
what I look like. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, hopefully this all goes well. It's
We'll
not
see.
even about how you're looking. I'm like, what if? I don't know. It's fine. Everything's fine.
I'm actually going to I'm going out to lunch right a second after.
Yeah.
I'm going in public right after. I'm pretending like it's a normal thing
I think the biggest thing is sunscreen, eh? And not, or just not being the sun at all. For how long did they say?
for how
Remember?
long did they say of what the thing?
Not to be in the sun at all.
I don't know. I don't think it's like so my dad has this like or made had this procedure or whatever. He did BBL, but there were some of his spots like they wanted to go deeper. They wanted to do like really a cleaning. And it was quite serious. Like he like he went outside. I think he's like I just did like a normal person like walking from like the car to whatever. And he could feel the heat like his poor face. Like I remember seeing his face and be like, "Ooh, like
Wow.
you did." But like I love how he's like, "Oh," and just like his face you could really tell something was up. But then it cleared up. Like both my parents did BBL and it really my mom, her skin is so nice. Like she had a lot of sun damage. A lot of sun
It's
damage.
for sunspots, it does incredible
Yeah.
things. I
Yeah.
remember it's actually the craziest thing. Your spots almost like come off.
Mhm.
Like
She's like,
I
oh my God.
remember
Yeah.
the last time you had it and you're like my spots are literally coming
Yes.
off.
Yeah. Yeah. So I decided to do this like 5 years ago. I did like laser my hair and I started with my mustache. And then it was like, okay, I just like want to take care of my face. I just felt like I wanted to take care
Yeah.
of like just like the sun.
Yeah.
But I feel like I had people in my life that were 50. I was like 30 at that time. And like their face was like, oh wow. And they're like, get out of the sun. And they
It's
were
the
very pale.
sun.
These people, they were very pale people, like very
Yeah.
white, but like
Yeah.
very clean. Know what I mean? I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. And it's like one thing at a time. And also so random, just because I'm thinking about it. I remember that first summer, the pressure of not having to be in the sun all the time when the sun's out so that you have the best tan ever was like so freeing for me. I still remember that. Like I remember being like, I don't have to be outside right now. It was like every time I was not
Wow.
outside if the sun was out, I was like, I had internal conflict about it. Isn't that weird?
You
Anyway,
definitely were into the sun a lot more than I was.
oh yeah, I was definitely into the sun.
And like you were going into tanning beds, I remember like before you went away and
Yeah, definitely love a tan.
yeah. I mean, me too. And like I was the same like way back. Like in university, I used to lay out with oil and a timer.
Yeah. Yep, 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 yep.
It was
No.
serious. I have quite a bit of sun damage right here,
Yeah.
which
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you still love the good tan here though. You work on that tan in the summer here.
yeah, I mean, I don't think I work on it, but I don't prevent it.
No, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like I literally never like lay there like that, but I'm also not fighting it either.
Yeah, yeah. But I feel like it's because you know you're good. It's not like friggin' Neil and his situation and just in the sun
Yeah.
with his
Neil has had melanoma, everyone, and the doctor has told him he's very prone to melanoma just based on like his skin type and his thing, which is also the second time that Neil's had cancer, maybe the third actually, the third time that Neil's had cancer.
we're laughing,
Um,
but like, oh wow.
It's and still does not
Can't
wear
kill him.
sunscreen. Actually gets so tan in the summer. Like the most
Yeah.
tan British man you're ever gonna see. And the worst part, he doesn't even think he's that tanned. I say he has tanorexia. Like
Oh. Oh, I see.
his perception of his tan is like way off.
Hilarious.
It's something.
Yeah. And like, who cares if he's 10? Like, what does it, you know what I mean? Like,
Do you want to know? I don't know if I like ever told you this, but this was like years ago, but still, Neil came home from something and I was like, "Why are you red?" And he was like, "Oh, or why is your back red?" It was like when he took his shirt off and he was like, "Oh, I was like sitting in a booth and it was rubbing against my back." And I was like, "Pardon?
why are you lying to me?
Why are you lying to me?"
Yeah.
And then I don't know if I saw it on the visa statement or whatever, but he had gone to the tanning booth
Oh my God. He didn't even
by
tell you.
himself and then lied to me about it.
Did you confront him or you decided not to say
Oh,
anything?
yes, absolutely. I'm like, you, first of all, you're the worst liar.
Like, yeah, the
Like,
10 booth.
the worst
Not the
liar.
10 booth, just the booth.
And why are you going to the tanning booth?
Yeah, let's talk about this. Oh my God.
Anyway.
Funny. I love it. I
All
love
right,
it.
so stay out of the sun, you guys. Wear your
Yeah.
sunscreen. It's an annoying thing, but it makes a
Yeah.
massive difference when it comes to what your skin looks like.
Yeah. 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 It does. It does.
Yeah. Okay, what did we want to
Mm.
attack today? So we wanted to attack. So on the last podcast, we caught up on Jose's tour
Mhm.
and we were talking a little bit about implementing information. And
Mhm.
I brought up with Jose that, when I am, I have a business coach and they're giving me a session on the bio of my Instagram or how to make a reel. I'm like listening. But then
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I very much realize it is my job to go into my real life and implement this into my business. It's for me to find the time to do it. No one's checking on me to see if I've done it, and it's up to me. And really, that coaching model is the exact same model that we use at Your Way Weight Loss.
Mhm.
And I just brought up to Jose, I said, like, why are people still wanting someone to tell them exactly what to eat? I had someone, I don't know if you saw that. I was having in my DMs yesterday, someone said, I just need someone to tell me what to eat.
Okay. So, also, wait. So you said, okay, you said if I hire, so you you joined this course on Instagram, whatever, and she told you what to do in your bio. She actually like told you what to do. She didn't say
Yeah.
like Alicia
She didn't
underscore
say the
what.
words, but
Yeah, but
yes.
she said like, okay, you should do this, and this, okay?
Yeah,
So she did tell you what to do. She did.
sure.
And like you still have to like want to do it.
She told me what to do, but she didn't do it for me.
Exactly.
She didn't
So,
log into my Instagram and change my
no,
bio.
yeah. So even if I told you what to eat, you would not eat it or you would do it that one time.
Oh my God. I was thinking of this too. Someone's
You
like,
would not
I
do it.
just need someone to tell me what to eat. I'm like, oh, you want me to tell you what to eat for maximum weight loss? No problem. That's the easiest thing anyone's ever asked of me.
Hmm.
Here's your menu.
Yeah.
How many hours will you
Hours,
follow the menu?
minutes. And how many hours are you going to be miserable? A million, the whole time, 100% of the time miserable. That's the part. Okay, wait. So here you said, or we said last week, like, oh, when you hire a business coach, you know they're not going to be like taking your business and doing something with it. They're going to be like guiding you or telling you what to do. And then you're on your own, like go and do the shit. And then you said like people are willing to do that. Honestly, I'm sure if we talk to business coaches, they'd be like, they do nothing with what I'm. So I
You're
think
right.
it's like, like there's tons of people that, hire business coaches and do nothing. Just
Yeah.
like there's tons of people that hire us to be their wellness coach or their mindset coach, and they do not apply what is being done. So I think let's go like right to the source, right to the beginning. Like, in what state of mind do you need to be, or what do you want in order to actually get the success while you're using your resources on help? Because we are help. Like that is what we do.
Yes.
We help you along
Yes.
the way. We guide you, we coach you, all of that. But if you're not wanting to make that change, no matter what the coach does, like it's not going to happen.
You have to be in a position that you want to change.
Yeah, you want the change.
You want the change. And when we didn't say you want the results. That is
No.
not what we said.
Mm.
You want the change.
Yeah.
And it's deep rooted. There's a significant why. There's a quality of life connected with it. Like it's
Okay.
not just like I feel more comfortable 5 pounds thinner. Like it's like actual action focused.
Life focus, like your actual, like the way you show up is impacted here. Like if you want to lose weight, the way you show up is going to be impacted. So if you just want to keep showing up that way, and then there's the whole like, it doesn't, like, as in you're not doing anything bad if you're not implementing, but please do not say that it's not working. And also do not say, just say, actually, I guess I didn't want to make any change because I've joined this Instagram program and I have done nothing. And she told me to do a reel a day, or she told me to whatever, and I did not. And I didn't go out of my way to figure this out. Like I didn't want to do that. I don't want to make this change. Like that, I think is growth, and also knowing yourself and ownership. And I think that is really important, honestly.
It, that's the CEO mindset. It's
Yeah.
owning all the choices. It's looking at your resources and like using your words about what you're choosing to implement and focus your energy on and what you're leaving behind.
Yeah, for sure. We do have to talk about the fact that when it comes to weight loss, there's this culture, obviously diet culture, but weight loss culture, but like literally decades of people taking it, saying like, you cannot do this yourself. You have to follow this or else it will not work. So I think there's almost brainwashing. I know it's like quite dramatic, but like I really feel like there's brainwashing in our society of like what weight loss needs to feel like, smell like, be like, feel like. And so that's why you come in with that brainwashing and you literally expect that like that's needed. And the minute you don't have that, you don't even know what to do. You don't even know where to start.
I was
And
thinking the
that's
same
deep.
thing.
You know
Like
what I mean?
so much of our resistance to creating weight loss in the way that Jose and I and at Your Way Weight
Your
Loss
way. Yeah.
create, like to do it your way, the resistance there is so much from past experience that
Trauma.
you've never experienced weight loss without the rules, without the calorie counting, the macro counting, the fasting, the eliminating food groups, the timed eating, like whatever it is, it's like, okay, just follow these rules and you'll lose weight. And we just focus on the lose weight part. We're like, oh, sweet. What about the just follow these rules? Do
Mm.
you guys know how difficult and damaging it is to your soul to follow someone else's rules?
It really, and I wrote confidence. I think that like what the diet industry has done, and we've talked about this a million times, but here we are again. It's the just the confidence in being able to do it your way. It's never been a part of the conversation. It's always been like, well, you can't. Like, it's always like you have fat on your body, or you live in a bigger body, or you're overweight, or whatever. You're in a box. You're different. And so the rules are different for you. The if the thin person can do this but not you, you're fat and you need to do things differently, and you're going to struggle your whole life. I said this, I don't know who I was talking to, but like that was something that was said to me, like, oh, ça va être un struggle ta whole vie. But like, and I'm like, ben là, like just because I lived in a bigger body, like now this, like I'm like identified or labeled as someone that will struggle my whole life. What if I heal? What if I find that freedom within me? What if I give myself permission to trust myself and know that I can also be happy and make choices that align with me? Like that's the conversation that was never there. Like it was always like, you can't have pizza on a Tuesday. That's for your cheat meal because you're overweight. You have cheat meals. You can't handle it. You can't handle pizza on a Tuesday. You know, you got to have this like particular, you need discipline. You can't handle it. It was always about like being in a box. And you know, I don't like being in a box.
Do not put her in a box.
Do not put her in a box.
I think also the piece that people struggle with is continuing. So starting, okay?
Okay. Oh, okay. I see.
So like, and also giving yourself time. So let's go to my Instagram coach example, okay? It's so nice to have examples outside of weight loss because there's no emotions connected to the amount of follows or likes or views on my reel, right? It's
Right.
there's not. It's just like here we are, this is the fact. But our weight loss is so emotional, right? Step 1 is to just try.
Mm.
Just literally just try that and be consistent with trying. And then guys, then I go, "Huh, that's not getting me the results I'm looking for.
Mm.
Now what?" And I'm not ready for the now what on day 3 because I'm just it feels uncomfortable at this point to post a reel every single day. It doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel easy. So it's not time to think about anything else. It's
Yeah.
just time to be like, how can I be consistent with this?
Yeah.
Learning along the way, giving myself grace, but also following through with what I said I was going to do. And then, okay, now what?
Hmm.
But we want to know for sure it's going to work.
Yeah, and that's like because I do a lot of work on like just being fully free of the pressure and the chasing and whatever. They say that like we live in a world where in the past we would have relied on the universe, the environment, the connection to like kind of lead our path. And right now humans want control and certainty in order to make a decision. So it's like
Control and certainty.
yeah, so we want control and certainty when we make a
Certainty.
decision. And that is something that it's an illusion we're under, that we have any control on anything. We can plan as much as we want. The universe will do its thing. Anything can happen at any time. And we don't know what's really going to happen. But with the decades of just humans and technology and everything that's kind of happened, we've like we really rely on certainty and control. We want control a lot more than let's say 100 years ago, where it was very much like kind of living life as it came and like there was way more of that, and now it's control. And so I think that that is one piece of the puzzle, just humans and how we live nowadays and kind of like the way we see the human journey. And then there's the you said trying. I really think that there's this piece of the all or nothing that is creating a massive impact on trying and flirting and experience. There's like no time to experience anything. And I'm like there is time, and this is how shit is getting done is by actually experiencing things, learning. I said that like vivre des expériences, ça c'est apprendre. That's how you learn. And I think that's why people connect with us because we have the experience of that growth and also that weight loss and the keeping it off and all that shit. Like experience is massive, way more than knowledge, because knowledge, if you haven't applied it, you don't have experience behind it. And experience is the human experience. So I feel like that's also a big impact, the all or nothing. That
And
oh,
also, it's 2025. Knowledge is the most accessible thing out there. Like that getting knowledge is easy.
yeah,
Experience is where there's going to be depth to your actual learning.
yeah.
But I like what you were saying there about trying. And I don't know where I heard this, and I don't know what it was even the context, but it was basically someone looking for advice on something. And they were just giving the person like obstacle over obstacle. Just basically, this is why that won't work for me, or this is why I can't do that. It was like
Okay.
excuse, excuse, excuse.
Yeah.
And the coach was just like, well, could you just try it? Like just try it. Like, how do you know that that won't work for you
Yeah.
until you've tried it?
There's that piece of fear of failure as well that is like
Yeah.
a lot. Like people, and I love that. Oh my God, this is such a sweet story. So I get this like text from the teacher who's like, we're going skating tomorrow. That's Noah's teacher. Noah does not skate. So I'm like, oh, okay, Noah doesn't skate. What is he gonna do? And she's like, he's gonna draw or read. I'm like, cool. So I talk to Noah and I'm like, hey Noah, your class tomorrow is going skating. You can't skate. So what do you want to do? Whatever. And he's like, what do you mean I can't skate? And I'm like, well, you can't skate. Like that's what I mean. And he's like, what? He goes like this. He goes, I have a right to fall. J'ai le droit de tomber.
Stop.
J'ai le droit de tomber. Puis j'ai dit, I'm like, c'est vrai. Like, you're so right. Tu as le droit de tomber. Like, I'm trying to
Protect
like
him.
you're gonna fail because you suck at skating. You can't
Yeah.
skate. You know what I mean? And he's like, j'ai le droit de tomber. And I said, oui, c'est vrai, tu as le droit de tomber. So then I'm like, oh my God, he has skates. Like, do you want to go? And he's like, bah oui, everyone's going. like whatever. I'm like, cool, I'll pack your skates. And
And
so then I
hopefully a
questioned
helmet.
the teacher. I'm like, is there people that help? Like, she's like, oh my God, yes. They're all 6 years old. Like, clearly not everyone can skate, you know? So she's like, yeah, yeah, no, tons of help. Like, it's just an experience, whatever. And I'm like, okay, I love it. But when he said, j'ai le droit de tomber, I was like, oh, like, and I was trying to like save him from failing. Like, you know what I mean?
Do you know how many times I've had to hold myself back from saving Alfie from failure?
Right. And Alfie's always been like, I got this. And you're like, oh, you don't got this. But you're like, maybe you do. I don't know.
But you know what? Like it's I don't know, maybe a year and a half since he's been like more of an active kid. And like he said to me, like, Mom, I want to play football. And I was like, this, like, at this point when he told me he wanted to play football, he still didn't know how to tie his own shoes.
Mhm.
Like, I need people to get that context. Like,
Yeah.
it took me months to teach him how to ride a bike. Like,
Yeah.
the way that his brain works because of his learning difference, he processes slowly. He's not slow, he just processes slowly.
Yeah.
So, gross motor is really difficult to him because
Like
his
catching a ball, he like, it takes more time for him to be like, the ball's coming.
exactly like the message is like, oh, there's a ball coming, I need to move my limbs to catch this
Yeah.
ball. It processes slower for him. And I was like, oh my God, like I can't let this kid play tackle football.
Yeah.
He's also the most gentle human
Yeah.
ever. And guys, fast forward a year and a half, and like I don't even recognize him. And I like
He needs
he
to
tried
live experiences.
he tried out for the
Sorry.
school basketball team, and I was like, buddy, like you're really bad at basketball. And I didn't say it like that,
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah.
but I
It's
also
like me,
wanted to
like
be
I
like,
wasn't like, you're really bad at skating. I was like, I just don't think that you can skate.
I think it's like a reasonable, like it's like let's like talk about reasonable expectations
Yeah,
here.
exactly. Yeah.
But he went out and he tried out, and he's always willing to look silly,
Yeah.
to fail,
Yeah.
and I really could take like a lesson from that.
Yes, we could all learn from that. And you know what? Like, let's not take that away from our kids. Honestly, our kids learn to fear failure
A
from
hundred
us,
percent.
from us
Yep.
adults, and it goes generation to generation. So if we can just, we could learn from that and be a little bit more silly as adults. We could be more curious. We could live experience and say, like, j'ai droit de tomber. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could say that as an adult. Like,
And
there's
you
so
know
much
what?
to learn.
As we're talking about that, I'm thinking about Phoebe, and she's the other end. And what's actually holding her back right now in basketball is her fear of failure.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
She will basically only do the moves that she knows she can be good with.
Good at. Yeah.
And I think she will only come off the court happy if she scores 100% of the baskets she takes. Like
Okay.
she's so hard on herself. Whereas Alfie would go out there, be the worst kid on the, and he'd be like, I crushed. He's like, I crushed it. I'm awesome. And I'm like,
I love that. I feel like Noah is that way. Like he's like, I like he really has this. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna take it away from you. I feel like the world's gonna do that on its own. I'm
yeah.
not gonna be the person. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot to learn there where he said that. Like, I'm like,
So
oh,
guys, don't be afraid to try.
and
Like
like,
to
if you want to
like
take anything away from Alicia and I, we are triers. We are people that flirt with different things. And if we don't like it, we own it. And we say, like, oh, je pas aimé ça. We're going here. I'm not here to impress anyone else. I'm here to live life and live experiences and try shit and see if I like it, if it lights me up or not. So I'm not here to like impress you. I'm not doing anything. Like, I don't owe anyone anything. I'm here to live my life. And I
and
think,
if you sorry, if
no.
you try something and you don't continue, you didn't fail, you just didn't like it, you're gonna move, like, you know what I mean? Like we put so much pressure on, like, well, now I'm a runner, and like if you don't run and if you don't make that race, you failed. Maybe you just realize you don't like running.
Yeah, that's why maybe that's why we don't like labels. Like we really don't. I don't like to label. I'm like, I don't know. This is how I feel right now. We'll see. We'll see if this is. And I don't even like being like, you're this. And I'm like, well, I'm this now in the season of my life. This could be different later because we do hold on to those labels and they do have an impact on our choices. If you were labeled, the silly kid or the class clown or whatever, we tend to act in a way that we are labeled. You're just who you are in this moment, in this season of your life, and you can decide that that no longer aligns with you next year in 5 years. And so that's why I think we need to just be more present and more like, oh, this is what lights me up right now. We'll see. Because we don't know anything and we don't control anything. It's just like, oh. This is how I want
There's
to
like a
feel right now.
fancy word for like always evolving, always changing.
Oh, okay.
Fluid. We're
Oh,
like fluid. You know
yes.
what I mean? It's not like stop, start, blah, 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 blah. It's just
Oh,
fluid. It's just
yeah.
we're going. We're doing
Yeah.
the things.
Yeah. And again, you're doing none of these things for anyone else. You're not trying, you don't owe anything, any type of result or any type of lifestyle. This is your life. And go and just like enjoy it. Like, and so if the way you're living your life right now, and I always say this, like, I think that weight gain, loss of control when it comes to our weight and our health is often just a byproduct of us losing ourselves and our worth and like in our lives. We're just like so busy and we're not focusing on that. I really think that wellness, well-being, happiness, weight loss, whatever, just being well is a byproduct of you recognizing your worth, your value, connecting to yourself again, your life. And I think it'll all be natural and authentic. It won't suck because it's not the point of losing weight or being a certain size or weighing a certain number. It's actually not about that. It's about like the life that you're creating and you're finally considered. You're finally important again. And you kind of just reconnect to that. And I think that behaviors are going to bring your best journey, your best wellness part of you or side of you. And then just like ride it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
my
And
God.
enjoy the ride. Like,
Yes, this is it, you
imagine
guys.
enjoying the process, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Imagine enjoying your life. Sometimes I'm like, isn't that
Crazy.
crazy concept? Imagine being on this earth. Like are born and then we die. Like this is it. Like we need to like enjoy this though. This is it. On gaspille pas. No more gaspiller. What's that word?
Can't say I know what gaspiller means.
No, well, today's the
Wasting?
day. What?
Wasting?
Yes. Good job. Don't
Thank
waste it.
you.
Don't waste. Do not waste
Don't
this precious
waste.
time. You got up, everyone you love is healthy, you're healthy. It's a fucking good day because it won't always be that way. Know what I
No.
mean?
Yeah,
So it's like that's just like how life works. So it's like you have to be grateful for the great days. Know what I mean?
I do.
Oh my God. Okay, love you guys. Have a great day. I need to go for my BBL now.
Oh, so exciting. We can't wait to see your face on the internet.
Okay, yeah, my red face.
Okay.
Okay, bye you guys.
Bye.
Bye, Leash.